There we go. Shalom, everybody. We all know that Jerusalem in the Western Wall is the place where Jewish people come to pray. However, does God hear the prayers of non-Jews at the Western Wall as well? I'm Rabbi Tuli Weiss here to answer your questions, and I have the passage that comes to mind is in the Book of Kings. So it's the Book of Kings 1, chapter 8, verses 41 through 43. I'll read to you the answer. That King Solomon, when he prayed to dedicate the temple, the first temple, he asked God, and he said, if a foreigner who is not of your people Israel comes from a distant land for the sake of your name, for they shall hear about your great name and your mighty hand and your outstretched arm when he comes to pray towards this house. O hear in your heavenly abode and grant all that the foreigner asks of you. Thus all the people of the earth will know your name and revere you, as does your people Israel. And they will recognize that your name is attached to this house that I have built. That's on page 832 of the Israel Bible. And I'm here with Cornelia and Willie, who came all the way to be here from Berlin, or near Berlin.
Yeah.
And for them, this passage from the Book of Kings has come to life in a very powerful way, and I asked them to share with you their testimony.
Yes. Okay. Hello, my name is Cornelia, and we came to Israel, to Jerusalem, to say thank you to God for what he has done for us as a family. Because my husband nearly died in 2015. He had acute liver failure, and through prayer and God's grace, he healed my husband, and he can tell us something about that.
I became very sick in February of 2015, and I had a liver transplant, the first one on the 7th of April 2015. My own liver, I had acute liver failure, and then I had a liver transplant, the first one. And this liver only survived 3 days, and after 3 days I was back on the listing, and I got the second liver transplant on the 11th of April, and that's why I'm sitting here today. I'm thankful to God that I am alive today, and we come to thank the Lord here in Israel, because many of our friends from Israel stand with us, and we want to come and say thank you. And this passage is very applicable to us, because we want to come and pray at the wall or the kotel to praise or pray to God and say thank to him for what he's done in our lives.
He heard our prayers.
Cornelia, you were telling me that you have friends here in Israel who, when your husband got sick, they said they were going to pray.
Yes, they recite the Psalms. They said that the Jewish people have certain Psalms that they pray over sick, and the mother of the family said she will divide it amongst the family, and every day recited the Psalms.
Wow.
And so I took some of those Psalms and I write it on little cards, and when I went to visit Willie in hospital, I also recited over him. And as I know that God hears us, Jew or non-Jew, we stood on the Psalms, and we said, we reminded us, God said, remind me of my promises. And we reminded God, but we actually reminded ourselves that God is faithful, and he took us through.
Now, why did you want to come to pray in Israel?
We want to come and say thank you to our friends, but we lived in Israel before, for 5 years, many years ago, and we knew that there's a blessing to be in the land of God. And so we decided we want to come and say thank you, because this is God's land, and he gave the lease to the Jews, and we know that if we can come before amongst God's people, before God at the Western Wall to say thank you, he will honor us because we have honored him.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. And God bless you with health.
Yeah.
We'll pray for you. We'll keep praying for you. And now we see that the Western Wall in the city of Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, is a very, very special place
Yes.
of prayer, not only for the Jewish people, but
No.
for all of
Yes, yes.
mankind.
Thank you.